So Gabe Daniel here, joined by head coach Andy McConnell. Obviously, it's a new season, playoff season. What's going to be the biggest key heading in to facing a WashU team that you split with earlier in the year?
Yeah, one game at a time, and focus on the things that we know win hockey games, and compound on those, and then don't do the things that we know lose hockey games. So it's the little things, and it's fun. Playoff hockey's it's a different atmosphere. It's win or go home, and so yeah, again, this is kind of why we have a season for this time.
And then obviously another early morning game. What kind of impact is that going to have?
Oh, I think it's good. I like early This is a little bit later than last weekend and not having a game before. So having the guys get in last night, getting a good night's rest, getting to the rink, and should be good. And then we got all day to kind of watch the other games and enjoy the area. So we're looking forward to it. But yeah, like I say, one game at a time.
And then talking about the power play, the first weekend started out red hot, 3 for 3, and then sort of didn't have that same success throughout the rest of the regular season. What kind of changes have you made, and what's going to be the biggest key to getting that aspect of the game going?
Yeah, it's a lot of just they got to figure out how to put the puck in the net. They're, both power plays are very capable, our top players, and so sometimes when you have that happen, it's a plethora or too many quality players. So that's just a focus on relax, be patient, and put the puck in the net, because they all of them can do that, and they've done it all season. It's just doing it in the 2 minutes that we get, in the man advantage. So, but similar to, like you say, the whole season. This is why we're here. This is what playoff hockey does. You kind of got to get better every single shift and every single game. So, challenging them to do that.
And then just from a coaching standpoint, personally, how does it feel to be back here in the playoffs?
It's great. Since COVID, it's always been our goal to get back here. With the seniors that we got, Mitch and Walsh, that's been their goal, and it's been a lot of adversity that we battled. So to get back I'm excited. Like I say, I love postseason hockey, and so it's good. And when we're good, we will continue to be good, and just want to grow on it.
And then with having Zadakis and Bullard back in the lineup, what kind of impact does that bring?
Yeah, depth and legs, right? Both young, high speed, high IQ. So it just gives us depth across the board, which we had, but we're lacking. And so again, it's going to be a lot of fun, and it allows them to just, again, you got to have all 4 lines rolling if you want to go deep into playoffs and make a run at nationals. So those shifts, they can really help give us a lot of energy, points, everything across the board,
All right, that's all I have for you, Coach. Thank you.
Thanks, Gabe.
All right, and then I'll be on the call with Mike Hoblich right after this. He scores! This game is over! The number 24th ranked team in Division III, making their first playoff appearance since the 2019-2020 season, where the Kansas Jayhawks were poised to make a deep run at nationals until the pandemic hit and everything shut down. It's been a long rebuilding process, but Kansas is finally back in the MACHA Conference playoffs as they'll open things up against the WashU Bears, a team that's shorthanded and coming in on a 5-game losing skid. Hello, good morning to you all. And again, welcome to the MACHA Conference playoffs. I'm Gabe Daniel, joined alongside Mike Hoblich, where it is the third meeting of the season between Kansas and WashU. and it'll ultimately be, I guess, the tiebreaker, as the last time these two teams met, it was a split. Kansas won the Friday night game on Hockey Fights Cancer Night 4-1, and then WashU answered back handedly 6-0 the next game. However, that doesn't matter anymore. It is a new season, and it's going to be one game at a time, as Andy McConnell talked about here in that pregame interview, as we're just about a couple minutes away. The referees on the ice getting the nets all set up, and the teams will be making their way out onto the ice shortly. One key to this game is just discipline and sort of trying to figure out that power play. You know, there's a lot of talent on it, but it's just trying to figure out how to manage that talent, you know. And in the past, last week, and especially, it was a little too much puck movement. Mike, I'll go ahead and bring you into this one. What does Kansas have to do differently?
Well, you mentioned it, Gabe, just stay out of the penalty box. I mean, UNO had a massive comeback in that third period on that Saturday game due to just constant penalties and constant man advantages, and Kansas just has to stay disciplined. You remember the last time these two teams faced off, that Saturday game, it was chippy. A lot of just after the play, after the whistle stuff. And, you know, you just got to stay out of that. You don't want to give a team the man advantage and the momentum on a play that's not even during the play. It's just after the whistle and disciplined stuff. We can't have that, and especially the playoffs. It's win or go home. You got to have that mentality, and I believe they do. We'll just see what happens here. But Tyler Nelson, once again, is going to be a key to this game. He's got 48 points on the year. He's been on fire recently, so he's just got to keep that streak. He's one of the leaders on this team, so we'll see what happens here.
Exactly, and Nelson, two points away from 50 on the season, and that would make him the first Jayhawk to have reached 50 points in a single season since that 2019-2020 team where they had guys like Dawson Ingle, Dane Johnson, Brad Glass, just a phenomenal top line that would get on the board early and get on the board often, and obviously a fast start is going to be a key to Kansas. You know, you've seen it before, and once they get going, they stay going almost, and that's going to be a key here. And then I guess for the WashU side of things, discipline as well. You look at a guy like number 12, William McGordy. He has 63 penalty minutes on the season, and 17 of those coming from the last game. So
17 penalty minutes in one game has to be avoided here if you're the WashU Bears. In the last 5 games, on their 5-game losing streak, they have been outscored 49-12. Last weekend being 21-6 in general. So they got to find some scoring, and they just got to keep the defense on, especially with Nelson. This is going to be a fun game. And Zach Sudeikis coming back after missing last weekend. He was resting for this playoff weekend. So we'll see how he looks after not being on the ice for games in a couple weeks.
So it looks like we're going to go ahead and take a pause for the anthem here. And we'll go ahead and introduce the starting lineup. If it's not broke, don't fix it. So for Kansas, it'll be Tyler Nelson centering, Caleb Dusso and Griffin Barker. Back at that blue line, it'll be Zach Roberts and Blake Hearn. And then standing in that goal crease will be number 30, Mitch Miles, in his senior campaign. As we take our focus over to the WashU side up front, it'll be Cole Hanen, William McGordy, and Ethan Sobel. Back at the blue line, it'll be Luke Kornhaber and Eamon McNamara. In goal, it'll be number 1, Benny Eisner. Eisner on the year with a goals allowed average of 8.21 and a save percentage of .689. This is the 6th game that Eisner is making an appearance in. As we get lined up here for the opening draw. Again, those just joining us, Gabe Daniel on the call alongside Mike Hoblick for the MACHA Conference Playoff Opener.
Should be a good one.
As the face-off quickly won back over to Kansas. Roberts back on it, trying to backhand it out of the zone, trying to find it to Barker, and it's going to be wristed in and gloved by Miles. So the first save of the game coming just about 9 seconds in.
Quick whistle, Gabe. As you were mentioning Eisner's stats here back here in net for WashU, and those are the kind of stats that if you're looking at those for Kansas, just keep firing pucks on net.
So it's going to be wrapped around Dusso in the corner. And trying to get it out. He is pinched there against the boards by number 18. That's Sobel. And it's forced back into the corner. Roberts around, and it's able to find its way over to Tyler Nelson. He's going to streak down up on the left side, lost control of the puck, so it's going to find its way to McNamara, and he'll send it up over to McGordy. McGordy lost control at center ice, back and forth. It finds its way to Roberts, and a quick change for the Bears early on. Over to Nelson. Nelson able to get it across over to Feeney. Chipped it into the zone, and now McNamara trying to send it around. He's able to connect over to number 11 as it's thrown to the corner. Now on the puck is Jari. Jari to McNamara. And off the glass and out. Over to Breyer. He tries to skip it up for Kansas. Finds its way over to Bullard. Bullard walks in, shoots, save made by Eisner. And a whistle with 18:48 left to go.
Nice little rush there for Kansas. Bullard getting a nice shot there. That was 77 Darren Pellegrini for WashU getting in his way, at least trying to. On that last rush before that, you saw Nelson skating up the ice with speed, and Cole Hannon, the captain for WashU, looked just like he poked it away. It was a nice play.
Thrown to the corner. Off it was Greco. He wraps it around the boards, and the Bears get it out as it's over to Bart. As he tried a shot, and it looked like it got tipped up and out of play. So another whistle, this time with 18:39 left to go.
Looks like we may have another track meet. We saw this last week, too, in that second game. Even the first one, too, just back and forth, down and up the ice for Kansas. They just got to find the way to score first. 3 quick stoppages already.
So face-off won by the Jayhawks. Ness able to play it off the boards and trying to feed it up over to Bullard, but it's forced back in, and on the puck will be Breyer. Breyer picks it up back behind his own net, and he's going to walk it up. As he is in the neutral zone, he tried to get a pass to Feeney, but Feeney was going for the change, and it'll be chipped back in. So now on it's Nessa. Up over to Bullard. Bullard dumps it in. That'll get a change going for the Hawks. Quickly to the corner to pick it up is Gerber. And he's going to walk it, top of the circle. Tries to shoot it through traffic, blocked up front, held in by Walsh. Walsh will backhand it in. Back behind the net to Medina as he has it now. Medina trying to play it up over to Schubert. Schubert trying to backhand it in the other way. He gets upended right at the blue line, and he's on top of the puck. That little cluster right there got it over to Gerber, trying to pass it to Medina and redirected the other way. And now the Bears trying to break it out. As it's going to be over to Ma. Up on the left side, he'll just throw it in. Miles kicking it away, and Medina trying to play it up. As it's over to Gerber. Gerber cross to Medina. Medina makes a move around one man, lost control of the puck right in front of the WashU bench. As it's going to be Jari with it. He tries a shot. That's sent around. And now Gerber. He's able to break free, but the puck a little ahead of him, and McNamara getting there first. Now McNamara, the head man, pass up over to number 11, sent in. And it's going to be back over to Roberts. So Roberts cross to Hearn, finds it to Carney. Carney throws it to the corner. And battling for it was Meade, and it's going to be wrapped around and sent out by the Bears once more. Now Roberts up over to Hearn. Hearn will get it back across to Roberts, and he'll bank it off the boards trying to find Carney, but it's in the neutral zone, poked away by Zadakis, lost his stick, and he'll head to the bench for a change.
You saw in one of those last Kansas rushes, they had Medina right in front of the net. I believe it was Gerber had him on a pass and was just a little behind him. If he has him on point there, it could have been a nice little finish right in the front of the net. He was closing in fast.
So now Hearn on it in the corner, using the boards, finds it to Breyer. Breyer got it up to Barker, and Barker trying to get it out of the zone. Found it to Meade, now to Hearn. Hearn will button hook around. That allows Kansas to finish up the change, rather, as Nelson walks in, curling around, still with it. Backhand pass in the slot, broken up there. Right on the doorstep was Dusso, but he couldn't get it on net. As it's thrown to the corner, now Hayden with it. Hayden getting pressured by Nelson. And it's going to be sent up over to McGordy, and he's going to bank it out. Breyer, cross ice over to Nessa. Nessa's going to walk it in. Still with it, shoots, kicked away by Eisner, and Nessa picked it up back behind the net now. Nessa kicking it to himself. He's able to play it back behind the net. Dusso picks it up. Right there, Nelson trying to find Barker just right there in the slot. Was ready to tap it home, but the Bears clear it out. Both teams using that to get a partial change. As it's dumped in, it was tipped by Dusso right at the blue line, so that negates the icing. As it's going to be Nelson. He takes it away. In the corner, walking it up, top of the circle now. Stripped of the puck there by Wee Henrys. Cross over to Feeney. Feeney trying to send it in, and it's back over to Walsh. Now Walsh across, try to find it over to Schubert, but it's going to be walked in and offsides on WashU. So the stoppage coming with 15:03 left to go.
Tyler Nelson on that last Kansas rush there. He looked, almost had him in front of the net right there. Found a guy right in front and just, pass couldn't quite get there. That's a couple times you've seen it though. Some opportunities are being created. You just can't find the good passes for it, and it's a little head. Once again, they're hard passes, but one of those will eventually get, maybe one of those will get there, and that'll be the deciding factor in this game.
So off the face-off, Kansas quickly got it out of the zone. Bullard a saucer pass, trying to find it to Feeney, and he'll wrap it around. Bullard banks it back to Feeney, and then Feeney back to Bullard. So behind the net, Bullard getting pressured there by Berkowitz, as it'll be McNamara trying to get it out. He connects on a headman pass up over to number 11. As it's a shot not on net, and Kansas able to clear it out. Right back to the tape of Friedman, so dumped in once more, and now Blake Hearn will pick it up. Hearn lost control, so Siddons has to go in to the corner to help him out. So it looked like it was a pass broken up there by Feeney, but the Bears able to force it back in.
Yeah, this whole zone time right here for WashU. Blake Hearn had a turnover behind the net. It caused a little ice time, zone time there for the Bears.
So a headman pass finds its way over to Bullard. He's in the zone. Shot blocked. He's getting just knocked down from behind, and a penalty will be called. So Miles to the bench for the extra attacker. Roberts holding the line, and he gets it across to Hearn through traffic, just missing the net. Up high and out of play.
It was originally a great check by Darren Pellegrini, but he put a stick into the back of Bullard, and they're going to have a power play here early. Got to capitalize on this. The man advantages and special teams might be the way that you win games, especially in the playoffs.
So a little bit of a change to the first power play unit that's out there, as it's going to be Nelson, Siddons, and Feeney lining up front, and then Dusso and Bullard back at the defense position, as it's won back over to Bullard, across to Dusso. Dusso waits, shoots through traffic, kicked away by Eisner, and a nice backhand clear out of the zone by McGordy.
It's a nice quick shot there for the Jayhawks. Once again, you just got to just get the shots on net. One of them may bounce out and go your way, and just put it in the back of the net.
So Siddons, he'll walk it in, pressured off the puck, so he'll have to wrap around the net as it's insured for Bullard. He'll pass it to the corner. Feeney able to dodge McNamara. Feeney, a backhand pass across to Siddons. Siddons drops it back. Dusso shoots, tipped up front, sent to the corner, and Feeney will pick it up. Bank pass. Feeney gets it back. He tried to find Nelson that was ready for it in the slot. It's going to be sent out, and it'll go all the way back. Miles will settle it down. So Kansas getting some good looks, as they did change up that power play.
Those good looks, they got to just keep finding those. I mean, you mentioned it. WashU did just get a full change, so they got fresh bodies on the ice.
So Nelson walks in, shoots, he scores! Number 16, Tyler Nelson gets on the board for his 27th goal of the year, and Kansas with the 1-0 lead on the power play.
He just took that himself. He didn't want to pass to anybody. He thought he had a shot at it, and he did. He fired away. And when you're the leading point scorer and goal scorer on this team, why not, right? And that power play unit comes through. Tyler Nelson once again, still on that hot streak.
So the face-off won by the Bears. McNamara off the glass, sends it in. Roberts quickly lifting it back out. As the Bears with it again. As it's Bartz with it. He tried a shot on Miles. It's turned to the corner. The puck finds its way over to Fantoni. He's able to skip it out of the zone, and Gerber's on the race there to get it. Now Gerber's going to walk in. He shoots one. And a glove save by Eisner with 12:04 left to go.
Eisner looked like he had a little trouble with that. He caught it, and he didn't think he had it at first. He's lucky he caught that on first thing. They don't want the rebounds or anything like that. That's how Kansas has capitalized the last 2 weekends, is those shots that are just deflected and not held on correctly, and they fall right in front of the net, and a Jayhawk is right there to put it in. So they just got to keep firing shots if they want to find these goals too.
So Zadakis won the draw, Mead with it. Now Mead throws one on net, hit the post. Now it's back behind the net, and it'll be wrapped around. Nessa holds the line. He sends it over to Mead. Mead pressured off the puck quickly by Berkowitz. However, Zadakis there going to work to keep it in. A great job there by Mead to poke the puck away. However, the Bears get it right back, and they have it in the neutral zone as it's number 11 walking it in.
Zadakis looking fine after missing last weekend. Skating looks just perfectly fine. See if he can keep capitalizing on that. Nice shot there by Breyer. Looked like Eisner just saved that with his pad there. Kansas has got to keep the zone time here, keep the pressure on WashU. They got an early lead, why not play with it?
So it's over to Nessa, shot on net, kicked away there.
Great job by Nessa. Once again, just keeping that puck in the zone, caught it, put it right down for himself, allowing Kansas to get a couple new men on the ice.
As it's dumped out, Schubert on it, cross over to Breyer. As it's banked over to Barker. Barker using the body there to prevent WashU from getting the puck. And it's going to be along the boards right in front of the bench.
Nice save by Miles there. Looked like he just cleared that with his shoulder, or it didn't even hit the net. It was one or the other.
So Breyer, the head man, up to Barker, lost control at the neutral zone, so the Bears force it back in. Wrapped around, Barker lays a hit there. However, the Bears have it back behind the Kansas net. Thrown to the corner, the Bears still with it. Sent to the point, McNamara redirects it right over to Hainan.
Looked like Sobel was looking for Pellegrini right there. Had him on the blue line, but looks like it went skated right by him.
So with it now, it's Friedman. The backhand shot right on net. Miles makes the save. And I do want to give a correction. Thank you to one of the fans in the chat. So it is Tony Ames in goal. He's just wearing number 1 today.
Thank you, whoever said that.
And then want to give a special shout out to number 21, Cade Friedhoff, studying abroad this semester as he is tuning in from Milan this weekend. So
what a cool story. I bet Milan is just such a good time. Thank you for tuning in.
Cade Friedhoff, just great player and an even better teammate as Kansas has it right off the draw. Roberts, bank pass, finds it over to Feeney. And as it's McNamara with it, he makes a nice move around Siddons, try to dump it in. However, it was Feeney sending it back the other way. Back over to Roberts, stretch pass, finds it over to Bullard. Bullard waiting, trying to find Feeney for the tip in right up front. Not able to get on net, and it'll be Siddons holding it in. Forces it back over to Feeney in the corner. Feeney trying to pass it to the slot over to Bullard, and the Bears get a stick on it and send it out. So Roberts will lead the breakout once more as he got it over to Siddons, try to bump it up to Feeney, but Siddons will pick it back up as he's just going to walk his way in. Siddons, a nice move, backhand shot. He scores! And the Siddons show continues.
It's just Siddons and Nelson. It's every single time. Siddons, man, he put that backhand right through the 5-hole. It's insane. Both of these guys are just playing out of this world right now. And Siddons, like you said, the Siddons show is going to continue for the foreseeable future, and that's a good way to just take advantage of that goal lead and just continue to put pressure on. He thought he had another lane, and he did, and he found it. Just keep finding the shots that you have. That was impressive.
So Gerber held it in right up front to Medina. A one-time shot sent wide. As the Bears trying to send it out. And they do so as it connects over to Jari. Now Jari in the corner, lost control. Wrapped around to number 11. As it's banked off. Now over to Gerber. He's in the clear. As he's going to try to take a short side shot kicked away by Ames. Zadakis on the rebound, and it's sent the other way. So another correction, it is Tommy Ames, not Tony. It's an early morning game. And a fun fact about him, he's a 40-year-old PhD student filling in as an emergency goalie due to injuries.
Wow. That's interesting. That's cool, though, as a PhD student. A couple cool stories in this game, too. Also, WashU has, I believe, 5 or 6 players that are from New York or New Jersey, so that's looks like they do a lot of scouting, or maybe just they're very well known up there.
So just the headman pass, tipped to the corner, and it'll be picked up by Walsh. Off the boards, finds it to Barker. Barker unable to get it out of the, well, he does get it out of the zone. It looked like it was just interrupted a little bit by WashU as Duso backhanded it in. However, it goes right to McNamara, and off the boards, the Bears get it out.
The Bears want to stay in this game and not go down 3 goals. They got to just got to keep shooting pucks like that, and just they need more zone time. They had it early in this game, and they haven't had a lot since.
So it's sent back in. Walsh on it. As it's over to Schubert. Schubert cross to Walsh. The headman trying to find Nelson, and it does. So Nelson walking in, dropped it back to Feeney, lost his footing, and it's going to be a nice break for Bartz. This will just dump it in. And then picked up there by Wee Henrys.
They just keep turning it. The Bears keep turning it over. When they have offensive zone time, they just costly turnovers.
A nice job by Siddons. Steals it, shot up front, blocked. And now Siddons has it again on the corner. Top of the circle. Through traffic, hit a man up front. Now Bart's on it. He's able to get it out of the zone. It'll be picked right back up by Roberts. Across to Hearn. Hearn finds it to Bullard. Bullard tries to throw it on net. Hit a stick up front. And in the corner, he'll play it safely. Rather, it's intercepted by Bartz.
It's a good job by Siddons creating that opportunity there for the Jayhawks by that nice move in the face-off circle.
So a shot from the point, unable to find the net. Now it's back in the corner where Jari will get on it. And now Bullard accepts the hit, trying to position that puck in a way where the Jayhawks can get it. That's as Feeney trying to backhand it out of the zone. Found it to Bullard, who gets it over to Siddons. Now Siddons saucered over to Bullard and unable to get the shot off.
Another good opportunity, though. A lot of them early. This is a very disciplined first period so far for the Jayhawks and finding the open passes. And even the ones that are hard to make, too.
So Fantoni trying to wrap it around for the Jayhawks to get it out. Forced back in. As it'll find its way to Jari. Now Fantoni got his stick on it. He'll wrap behind his own net before playing it off the glass. Gets it out of the zone, but it goes right to the tape of the Bears. And it's back over to Nessa. Played it off the glass. And where Elfenbein will send it out. And it's going to be Haanen trying to find a headman pass. However, it goes a little too far and back behind the Kansas net once more.
Hannon had a guy. I believe he had. I think it was Greco or McGordy had him, and the pass was too hard, and he shot off the boards. It was too far ahead.
And a one-time shot there by Fantoni, and the save made by Ames.
We've seen probably 2/3 of this first period have been just offensive zone time here for the Jayhawks, and they just continue to keep putting pressure on. The thing when you have a goal lead, especially multiple goal lead, you can continue to play more aggressively, and you don't have to just sit back because you know that if they get one, then you're still up. But they would rather just get a 3-goal lead here.
So Dusso to Van Heerden, a shot through traffic up into the netting as it was deflected.
Wonder if Nelson wins this face-off here, just get a couple shots like that.
So Ames making another great save. And another storyline about him, he was a national champion goalie for the University of Missouri at St. Louis roller hockey team back in 2004.
Must be pretty cool to be a national champion, honestly. That's something that you can brag about for the rest of your life.
So back in the corner, it's Hearn trying to get it out. Nelson jumping in to help, and a penalty called here. And another injury for WashU, as it looks like that's number 90, Patrick Bartz, slow to get up.
I think Nelson's going to go to the box for this one. Looks like he finished a check maybe. I'm not sure. But penalty kill unit right now for the Jayhawks has to be on point. Good to see Bartz up, though. Took a hard hit. I wonder what the penalty will be.
So a penalty assessed to Tyler Nelson, 2 minutes, and then I think there might be one on WashU as well.
It looked like
the referee is signaling for 5-on-5 from what I thought, or 5-on-4 rather. So just Nelson for a 2-minute minor.
Wait. Dusso's questioning it too.
So a 5-on-4 power play for the Bears. The penalty kill last weekend didn't favor Kansas, especially on that Saturday game against Omaha. We'll see if there's any changes here, as there's a shot by McNamara from the blue line and a glove save by Miles. And that brings us to stoppage with about 3:41 left to go here in period number 1.
Yeah, you mentioned it, Gabe. Last weekend in that Saturday game, Kansas had a 3-goal lead going in that third period, and it just fell apart very fast with the constant penalties and just having a man in the box being down one.
So a great job by Hainan there to spin around Feeney and still have the puck as he passes it to the corner. A short side shot on the rebound up front. Miles making a great save there, and Kansas able to squeak that one out of the zone. It'll ride all the way back, and McNamara will pick it up.
Great job by Miles, seeing that second chance opportunity and not letting it to get by him. It was a nice little pad save.
So right back over to Hearn. He's able to throw it on. Played aside there by Ames and wrapped around the boards where the Bears will look to get it out. As it's going to be sent over to number 18, trying to drag around Feeney. He'll try to send it back around to the other corner. McNamara picking it up and getting heavily pressured there, as it's held in by Breyer. Breyer, he's just going to walk it in. Lost control of the puck as it was pressured away. However, he'll win the race to the boards before the Bears get it back once more. Sent out of the zone right to the tape of Nessa.
Great job so far on this penalty kill here for the Jayhawks. They've had almost more offensive zone time themselves, being down 5-on-4, and see if that can continue maybe. Keep clearing the puck.
So just about 25 seconds until Nelson's out of the box. Back behind the net is Nessa. He was able to clear but can't get it out as the Bears hold it in. As it's wrapped around and sent out once more And back on it is Ma. And the Bears have a chance for one last entry. Wee Henry's dropped it back over to Jari. Jari up on the left side. From the hash marks, tries to throw it on net. Found its way to Bullard, gets it out of the zone. And it's going to be up over to Duso. And he's going to swing into the zone. Duso on his backhand, forehand, shoots, save made by Ames. And it'll be sent out by number 20, Ryan Berkowitz. And all the way in where Walsh will play it. Walsh on the corner. Try to send it up. Off the boards, Gerber picks it up, got it to Nelson. Nelson to Gerber. Now Gerber shoots off the post. Nelson in the corner, getting pressured there. Gerber going in to help him out before it's thrown back over to number 22. That's Kornhaber. Held in the zone there by Walsh. Now over to Duso. Duso through a screen. As it's on the doorstep, Gerber trying to backhand it. Couldn't find it on net. And it's around over to Hainan. Hainan got it out. However, it's right back over to Walsh with just under a minute left to go here in the first period.
Gerber almost with his 8th goal on the year. Had 2 good opportunities right there, the backhand being the second one.
So Gerber won the race to the puck back behind the net as he's going to wrap it around. Still with it. Gerber to Siddons. Siddons shot blocked up front on the doorstep. Bullard shooting and unable to get it on net as it's going to be wrapped around. Held in by Roberts. Great pressure here by the Jayhawks. Roberts tried a shot. It was blocked up front, so picking up the rebound is going to be Siddons. Across. Hearn shoots on the rebound. Gerber scores!
Right place at the right time. Jack Gerber. Wow, and he does get his 8th goal on the year. That's just an unlucky break there for the Bears. Bounces right off the pad, and Gerber was just sitting there waiting for that. And he found it, and it's such an important goal here because now it's a 3-goal lead, and if you go with a 3-goal lead going into the first intermission, that's something good, and Andy McConnell will be very happy about that.
Absolutely. So just with 18.9 seconds left to go, Kansas extends their lead to 3.
One thing that I do want to say, though, is that the captain for the Bears, Cole Hannon, last time these two teams faced off, he was one of the ones that constantly was trying to get under the Jayhawks player's skin. And I believe he's still doing that. You can see him like during the plays still just chopping at sticks when they don't need to be. It's just subtle stuff. So McConnell will probably tell him to keep disciplined.
So that'll do it for period number 1. Kansas with a 3-0 lead. We'll be back in just a little bit for period number 2 of the MACHA Conference Playoffs. Hello and welcome back for period number 2 of Game 1 of the MACHA Conference Playoffs. Gabe Daniel alongside Mike Hoblich, where Kansas heads back out onto the ice with a 3-0 lead. Shots are 16-5 in favor of the Jayhawks. Mike, what does Kansas have to keep doing to stay in this one?
Fire shots on goal, Gabe. I mean, we saw it. You just mentioned the 16-5 shot differential. If they can get 16 shots this period too, 32 shots through 2 periods is impressive. Just got to keep firing at the net, especially with Tommy Ames. The journeyman, just keep firing shots at him and stay out of the box. They did have a penalty. Tyler Nelson had a penalty halfway through that first period, and they killed it off pretty easily. So if they keep getting even strength hockey or be a man up, they'll be fine.
So, funniest story. The year that Ames won that national championship we kind of talked about last period was the same year that sophomore defenseman Zach Roberts was born. So, quite the journeyman he is. As the faceoff is won by the Jayhawks, and it'll be carried in by Barker. Z throws a shot there. It'll wrap around the net off the rebound. Hearn throwing it back on net, and Barker will pick it up as it's dropped back over to Roberts, across to Hearn. Shoots, save made by Ames, thrown to the corner, wrapped around, Hearn with it again. Drags it around, poked away, and it's going to be McGordy skating it in. McGordy dropping it back, a shot kicked away by Miles, and then Hannon with it. Roberts playing it to the other corner. And then on the puck there was Sobel. Hearn able to play it off the glass, can't get it out, as it'll be a battle. Sobel comes up with it, and a nice diving pass block there by Hearn. As it's over to Barker.
You said great job by Hearn stopping that pass there. He dove at that. It's just putting your body in the line. You could argue that he causes that puck to go out of the zone like we just saw. Stopped a nice little rush there from the Bears.
So Nessa trying to walk it in. Now it'll be Bullard banking it back under the goal line for Barker. Barker trying to find it up over to Bullard. It'll skip out of the zone, and racing after the puck is Breyer. Slows down a little bit once he realized he had quite some time. And now Breyer will loft it all the way up. Tries to connect to Feeney. Feeney able to tip it in, and it goes back behind the WashU net. Tipped up front on the doorstep. Bullard trying to poke it home. And it's going to be held in by Breyer before it's forced back out by, I believe that was Friedman, as it's Siddons walking in.
Great job by Feeney there. Nice little poke check. Causes Siddons to get that puck and put it into the corner, get Kansas some offensive zone time here.
So Siddons throws it in. Bullard on the doorstep. Now Siddons fans on the shot there as he almost made it 4-0. As Jari lost control. Nessa up over to Bullard. Corner has it Siddons again. Siddons had his stick lifted, and that's going to be a foot race for the puck, and it's going to be Henry's getting on it. Henry tries a shot on the short side. Miles made the save. Puck was loose, wrapped around, and a penalty here on WashU.
Breyer laughing and smiling. He knows he caused that penalty there. Believed he hit him a little bit, thinking Breyer looks like he gave him a little shove, believing that Mitch Miles had that puck secured, which he did not. And they responded, and they're going to get a penalty here. So Kansas once again on the power play, 1-for-1. Nelson having that beautiful goal there on that first power play. And just see how this new unit, like you mentioned in the first period, can put together another little 2 minutes here.
So it's going to be sent back over to Siddons right off the draw. Bank pass over to Feeney. Now Feeney to Siddons in the deep slot. Shot blocked up front. And the Bears have it, and they'll send it all the way back. So a good clear on the penalty kill. Just about 15 seconds into this one. 17:05 left to go in the period.
In the last power play for Kansas, WashU failed to clear the puck for the first 30 seconds or so. So that's a good start, good improvement so far.
As Bullard holding the line there. As Feeney got hauled down there in the corner, it's going to be Nelson with it. She's going to curl around at the top. A cross over to Dusso. Dusso finds it back over to Bullard. Now Bullard looking for a lane. Fakes the shot, drops it back. Dusso now shoots through traffic, blocked by Ames, and played over to number 11. as it's Hannon sending it out. Duso got it right back. Duso to Nelson.
Still a good job by WashU. Just keep clearing the puck. It's such an improvement from that first one where Kansas just had basically every shot. They were just getting shots after shots, and WashU could not stop them.
As this is going to be walked in by Gerber, drop back over to Nelson as he'll button hook around.
Nelson's still out there. Unfortunate pass whiff there from Dussault.
So McNamara backdoor pass over to Ma, and that's sent wide. As it's going to be over to Medina, and he's going to try to skip out of the zone with some speed. Medina tries to draw back around. Dussault helping him out there, and it's sent back over to Roberts.
Thought they would have time for one last rush there, but couldn't get out of the neutral ice.
So the Bears back to full strength. A good penalty kill as Dussault try to drop it back, but it skips out of the zone. So Roberts will play it off the glass as Kansas gets back on side in a partial line change.
Got a couple shots there on that power play. Just need to keep firing them at Ames.
So it's played to the corner. Sent up to the point, blocked up front. I believe that might have hit Fantoni. As it was Greco trying to shot there, kicked away by Miles, thrown to the far corner, and it's going to be over to McGordy. McGordy to Greco. Backhand shot, unable to find its way on net. And now McGordy has it again, over to Hannon in the corner. Now Hannon curling around. Fires it back in, now Bart's on it, up front. Greco off the post. And now Gerber.
It's one of the worst feelings in the world as a hockey player. You get a nice shot, fire a nice shot on net, and it hits the post and you hear it ring. I will say on one of those rushes they had in the offensive zone for WashU, Mitch Miles had three WashU skaters to his right and no one on the left.
So Greco shoots, Miles a kick save. And then another delayed penalty on the Bears. And you see Bart's not happy about that one as he's probably going to head off for a hook. Rather, it's Barker heading off. So Kansas to the penalty kill now.
If you're the Bears here, you have to get a goal on this power play unit. You have to gain some sort of momentum. Not being down 3 goals going into halfway through the second period. It's not the end of the world, but you don't want it. And they need a goal here if they want to keep in this game completely.
So the face-off won by Kansas quickly over to Nelson, and he's just going to wheel his way in. A nice stop, gets knocked down, and it looked like some of the fans were wanting a call there. Either way, the Bears still have it. 13:35 left to go.
I mean, we've seen it multiple times. Even on the penalty kill unit, you'll see Nelson have just a nice little, get the puck and they'll just break down to the other end, and then they'll get a tripping penalty. Or we saw that Lincoln, the penalty shot.
So it's sent over to Greco.
Good job by Zadakis there, breaking up that pass a little bit, not landing it cleanly.
Greco again. He has it from the deep slot, a wrister from the point, unable to get on net. As it's over to Ma, to Greco again. WashU really going to work here on this power play, but a great block there by Walsh as he has it in the corner now, trying to play it off. Unable to get it up over to Zadakis, and a stoppage now.
Great job by Walsh there, breaking up that pass. Had a couple guys wide open there for the Bears, but that pass breakup it disrupts. Those little pass breakups like you saw by Zadakis and Walsh on power plays like that, that breaks the momentum and the chemistry that the opposing team has, like WashU. It disrupts a lot of stuff. It's subtle, but it's very effective.
So it's dumped into the zone. Picking it up in the corner is McNamara. He's met there by Feeney. It'll be Siddons forcing it back in. Around the net, McNamara picks it up, trying to send it out of the zone, and Kansas just doing a really good job at pressuring as it's McGordy. He's able to finally get it out. Up over to Sobel. Sobel quickly met by Nessa, who forces it the other way as it was Siddons slapping it out, and then Feeney just sends it out of play.
Gonna be a center ice face-off here. Yeah, it looks like Feeney just tried hitting the boards and just accidentally fired it where there's no netting either. On this penalty kill, Jayhawks have done a great job just getting in the way of passes and just keep clearing it. WashU had that little stretch right there where they just kept firing shots, but they kept getting blocked.
So Siddons passing it back over to Nessa, crossed over to Feeney, who tipped it into the zone as it's into the corner for Hannon. Under the goal line behind his own net. He'll start the play as Kansas is back to full strength.
Around the blue line here right in front of us, Gabe. Breyer looks like he got his stick held and he wanted a penalty call. He was frustrated with it, got none.
As it's thrown in, Nessa will pick it up now. Nessa quickly met as Siddons was able to skip it out of the zone. Hannon back on it for the Bears. So a much slower start to this one in terms of offense for Kansas. However, with the pressure, they haven't really seemed to let up. As it's Wee Henry's with it now.
Got to play 3 periods of hockey. Coach Andy McConnell has been stressing that for weeks on end. Mostly this whole season, they just got to keep finishing the games.
So Feeney trying to find it over to Bullard, unable to tip it in, and it's going to be taken away by Siddons. Back behind the net, up front to Feeney, shooting, save made. And Ames will hang on for the whistle with 11 even left to go.
Got to keep the offensive rush. If you're the Jayhawks here, don't want anything going WashU's way, not a bad bounce, nothing. Because once one of those goes your way, you know that can happen. Got to avoid it the best you can, at least.
So a face-off win by the Bears, tries to send it out of the zone. Wee Henry's against the boards, able to get it up. As it's Bartz, he throws a shot on. Miles will hang on, and a whistle here with 10:47 left to go.
So far this period, Mitch Miles has had a couple nice saves there. That one an easy save, just held on to it. Holding on to passes and pucks at the right time.
So a shot through traffic, not on net. Rebound picked up there by Ma. Up high, Miles turned it aside. It's loose up front. And standing tall is Mitch Miles. Another whistle. As there was a lot of traffic right there, he was able to get his hand on top of it.
It's the second time this game where the Bears have had constant opportunities. Mitch Miles makes a nice save in front of the net, and it just keeps getting redirected right out. But he's stood on his head so far. Great job by Miles. Seeing the puck very well so far in this game. He's got to keep seeing it well like that. If you're the Bears here, you got to maybe win this faceoff and get a quick shot before anyone really knows what's happening.
So a shot up front, turned aside there. The rebound chance as it's loose. And again, Miles just able to track that with his glove. And another whistle. 10:31 left to go.
Like you just mentioned, got a quick shot.
So the draw won by the Bears, but quickly poked out of the zone by Barker as the Bears try to send it back in, but Nelson will pick it up. He'll fly into the wing with speed. And the Bears quickly getting it back.
Looks like Nelson said something to the referee there. Looks like he got tackled a little bit.
Schubert backhanding the puck around the boards, gets it up to Barker. Barker unable to complete the pass there, so the Bears send it back in. Schubert has it in the corner once more. Pressured along the boards. It was freed up to Greco, and it's sent away by Nelson. Up to Duso. Duso crossed to Barker, able to settle it for Nelson as the Jayhawks have it. Saucered over a little too much on there, and it's Duso holding the line. But it'll skip out once more. Walsh across to Schubert as we've passed the halfway point here of this second period. Thrown in, and it looks like Ames will hang on for a whistle. with 9:32 left to go.
WashU has to find something here. I mean, Kansas is dominating every aspect of this game so far. If they want any chance of making this a game, at least they have to just find a way to just get a lot of offensive zone time. Kansas is dominating that category.
So it's Juan back over to Roberts. He tried to hold the line, but it's forced out there by the Bears in the corner. Gerber with it, able to spin around on it. Sitting back up. And a drive from the point finds its way to the glove of Mitch Miles. And another whistle.
We'll see if Fantoni here can win this faceoff and get Kansas down back to the offensive zone. Just continue the pressure on.
So off the draw, Medina has it now. As he enters the zone on the left side, he button hooks around, gets hauled down, and it's Fantoni wristing one. Unable to find the net, but Roberts able to hold the line. Switches it to his forehand as he tried to wrist it in, but it's tipped away by the Bears, and they'll bank it out. And it's going to be thrown to the far corner where it'll be Roberts with it. As it's over to Samuel Greco. Now McNamara trying to send it back to the corner. And Fantoni able to backhand it out. It's going to be a foot race for the puck. And it looks like it'll be number 11 getting there first, despite the pressure from Gerber.
Doing a very nice job here keeping the line for Kansas.
So Friedman able to get it into the zone. Breyer got it right out. Headman pass. Gerber shoots. Save made by Ames. Medina on the rebound, unable to capitalize there. So Breyer again. Bank pass sent in. And no icing. But Siddon's back under the goal line, providing that pressure for Kansas.
That's the kind of, the Siddon's providing pressure. That's the kind of pressure that you want to see, because it allows most of your teammates and skaters to get down the end to help you out. And then if you somehow get an outlet pass, there's going to be guys right there.
So racing for that puck is Feeney. So he's going to walk it from the deep slot. Moves in, shot save made by Ames. And the rebound will find its way to the point as Nessa now. Trying to wrap it around the boards. Couldn't find Bullard back behind the net as it's intercepted. And the Bears will try to get it out. Wee Henry's cleared it, but Breyer held the line. And the Bears finally skip it out of the zone. As it's Bartz with it, tries a shot. Miles kicked it away. Nessa picks up the rebound, but a penalty called here on the Jayhawks.
This will be the third penalty of this game. WashU's 0 for 2 so far on their power plays. Once again, if we see a power play like the last one, Kansas just has to keep clearing the puck. It's essential because that's how UNO got back in the game on that last Saturday in that shootout loss. Constant penalties.
Breyer to the box for 2. A 5-on-4 power play up for the Bears. As right off the hop, a blast from the point, hit a man up front, and then Walsh tried to get it out of the zone, but it's going to be held in there by Sobel right to the glove of Miles. An old flash to the leather on that one.
Looked like Friedman there for the Bears. Held that puck in the zone there. It was a great job and got a nice shot off, but could not connect. Good save by Miles there, like you said, flash in the leather.
So off the draw, over to Schubert now. As he's able to clear it, can't get it out. Cranked back in, and it's going to be a Walsh, a battle along the corner boards. Won by the Bears, as it was McGordy able to get it over to McNamara. And another save here by Miles. This one coming with 6:48 left to go.
Joshua Freeman for the Bears, who once again created another opportunity. Got a nice stick lift there on Cole Walsh. Created that. Looks like Mitch Miles is fixing something here. A couple of good opportunities here early in this power play, 30 seconds in for the Bears, but they just cannot find anything yet. As the ice looks a little slippery as Miles fell to the ground.
As it's over to Friedman, he dropped it back. Hand and a shot, missing the net there. Miles sprawling out. and held on to. So 1:18 left to go on the penalty handed out to Breyer, as our score still remains 3-0.
Good recognition there by Miles. The puck looked like it was going to wrap around. Instead, it bounces right back to him, right next to the net, and he finds it and covers it.
So the Bears, another face-off win. Hannon a shot through traffic. Miles able to see it and hang on. So just whistle after whistle here.
Yeah, you're not seeing what I'm noticing is you're not seeing a lot of, you're seeing traffic, but you're not seeing a lot of like tips at deflections or tip-ins or stuff like that. Miles is just seeing it well.
Shot blocked up front, the rebound over to McGordy, and then a great job there by Blake Hearn, just getting down on a one knee to prevent the rebound opportunity. And then Feeney able to backhand it out of the zone, comes right to Ames. He'll settle it down for Hannon.
It's a good clear there.
So Hannon tipped it up over to Sobel. Sobel sent it in right to the corner. And quickly on it is Roberts, as that one just started to wrap around the net. So Roberts across to Hearn. Hearn's headman pass up over to Siddons. And here come the Jayhawks. Siddons, a nice move, walks in on the backhand, trying to switch to the forehand, and then the Bears just poke it away, as it's going to be over to Jari.
Nice play by Brett Siddons there. It's right in front of us by just poking that puck away right there. WashU had a little nice rush going, and he just, it was a nice little undercut right there in the corner.
So puck out of play with 5:31 left to go. Breyer able to rejoin the play in just about 13 seconds.
Be another crucial penalty kill here for the Jayhawks. That'd mean WashU would be 0 for 3 on the day. 3 chances at the end to tie this game since it's a 3-goal game. Just get another clear here. Don't allow another rush here if you're the Jayhawks.
So off the face-off it's Hearn trying to bank it out of the zone as it was sent over.
High stick was called. Whistle not blown.
So another glove save by Miles with 5:16 left to go. Breyer finally able to get out of the box.
Mitch Miles looks like he's talking to the referee about something. Another great penalty kill, though, there for Kansas once again. WashU, you got to feel a little defeated. You go 0 for 3 on the power play through 2 periods so far. You got to feel like that's the one chance you have at getting back in this game, and Kansas is just not letting it happen.
So Van Heerden able to wrap it around the boards, and no icing. However, Barker trying to send it to the slot. Intercepted there by the Bears as they try to get it out. Forced back in and quickly to the corners, Barker. So you try to play it up over to Nelson. Nelson into Barker. Barker up to do so. Shoots and just not on net. So Nelson with it again. Pressured off the puck. And here come the Bears now, as it's Michael Greco. Tried a fancy move. Van Heerden saw all of it. And here's a penalty on number 92, Bradley Ma.
Yeah, put a stick into the back of Tyler Nelson there when Tyler Nelson was facing away. It's going to be a power play opportunity here for the Jayhawks to go up 4 goals, be 4-0 lead, be incredibly important. It's just simple things like that. That's the second time this game that WashU's going to get a penalty for that. Just can't do stuff like that, especially to Tyler Nelson, as he'll probably take that as a little chip on his shoulder, and knowing him, he's going to try his best to put this on the net no matter what it takes.
So the referee's having a quick discussion here with scores table.
Captain for the Bears hand, it looks like he's pleading his case a little bit to the referee. Doesn't look like that's going to work at all.
So Kansas another opportunity on the power play.
You think that this one, if they could put this puck in the net here, it would take the wind out of the Bears completely.
And the Bears able to crank it all the way back. Roberts try to jump up and keep it in, but Miles will play it over to Roberts as it's left for Gerber. And here comes the rush. Now Gerber swings in at the right side, stops right about at the hash marks before wrapping it around the boards over to Luke Nessa. Over to Medina now. Medina sent up to Roberts. Roberts to Medina on the one-time opportunity. Can't connect as it's thrown back over to Gerber. Gerber. Medina once more. Gerber waiting. Medina under the goal line. Up to Roberts through traffic, unable to find someone to tip it in. And back to Gerber it'll go. So Gerber patient with it. Finds it to Medina. Medina tried a shot. It was blocked up front. Puck was loose. And it's Kansas still with it. Gerber holding it in. He'll throw it behind the net over to Nessa. Nessa playing it back up over to Gerber. This one finds its way to Walsh now. Walsh. Roberts, a one-time shot. Up high behind the net. And Walsh just holding the line right there. Now around to Gerber. As he waits. Tries a shot from an odd angle. It'll take a weird bounce off the glass. And the Bears have it now. About 20 seconds left on the penalty handed out over to Ma. McNamara, backhand. I think that might have been a pass just thrown to the far corner. And it's going to be Medina skating it up.
Not a lot of shots there on that last rush. They kept getting opportunities. Shots just kept getting blocked.
As Medina just danced his way in, he got knocked off the puck. And it'll be over to Nelson. Backhand pass. Finds its way to Feeney. Shoots on the doorstep there was Gerber. Couldn't tip it in. Feeney again. The Bears back to full strength. Kansas still has their power play unit out. As it's wrapped around, held in by Duso. Now in the corner with it is Nelson. Saucer pass up over to Feeney. Feeney trying to walk in a little bit before taking the shot. Might have hit a body up front, and it's sent out of the zone. Right back over to Siddons. Got it to Duso. Duso off the boards. And a little bit of pressure here by Greco. And quickly regained by Siddons. Siddons, a nice pass over to Bullard. Bullard finds it over to Duso. And Duso's going to fly in. Trying to get a cross-ice pass. It'll go back behind the net. And now the Bears have it. Wrapped around and out of play.
It was a great job by Siddons there. WashU winning that puck battle on the boards. And Siddons got in the way of that pass to avoid the 2-on-1 opportunity there for the Bears. Power play unit for Kansas. Only maybe 1 or 2 shots on net. Got to just keep firing them there. I mean, most of them were blocked. WashU had a great penalty kill unit out there. And overall, as they were down a skater and he comes skating in late. That was interesting.
And another goal here by the Jayhawks, just right off the draw. And it is 4-0.
Yeah, Gabe, I'm not sure if you saw that, but I think it was Theodore Elfenbein. He ran, skated onto the ice really late. WashU had 4 skaters out there, and it looks like it cost them badly. Fantoni with a goal, and it's 4-0. That probably took the wind out of the Bears completely. That's just a mental mistake. You can't have 4 skaters out there in a full-strength opportunity, especially on defense, in the defensive zone.
So the Bears chip it back in, play it aside. Miles will leave it for Hearn. Just under a minute and a half left to go. Cross-ice pass over to Roberts. Roberts finding it up over to Gerber. Now Gerber to Medina. And unable to catch the pass there was Roberts, so we'll have to go back and chase after it. As it's going to be sent back over to Duso in the far corner.
Some confusion there. Kansas tried to get a partial line change. Roberts looked a little confused on what was happening. Didn't stop.
There's a lot of traffic there, says it's forced back out. And over to Gerber once more.
Looked like the referee kicked that puck in and caused Kansas to keep it in center ice mainly.
So a shot glove save there by Miles. And the stoppage with 29.5 seconds left to go.
I mean, what an important goal that was for the Jayhawks. I mean, we talk about all the time, usually the 2 and 3 goal leads in hockey are the most dangerous ones. That's when you feel like you have the game wrapped up and you don't. So the 4-goal lead is essential.
So 25 seconds left to go. As Dusso has it up on the left wing, trying to find it over to Nelson, dropped it back. Barker unable to capitalize on that pass, and now the Bears have it. McGordy dropping it back, and a bunch of sticks get on that one, and as it's poked out, Nelson in the dying seconds all alone, and he shoots and scores! And just with 2.3 seconds left to go, it's 5-0 Kansas.
That's the last person you want to see on the breakaway coming right at you if you're a goaltender. Tyler Nelson just intercepting the pass and leading another charge, and he does it himself again. But another beautiful move, and this game is 5-0. So far, I mean, the offensive pressure once again for the Jayhawks is it's ridiculous. I don't know, if you're a defensive unit, you just have to watch out. There's so many different weapons.
And that'll do it for period number 2. Kansas heading off with a 5-0 lead. We'll be back in just a little bit for the third and final period of play of Game 1 of the MACHA Conference Playoffs, live from the Maryville Hockey Center in Chesterfield, Missouri. Hello and welcome back from the Maryville Hockey Center here in Chesterfield, Missouri. Gabe Daniel alongside Mike Hoblick. We're Kansas getting set to head back onto the ice with a 5-0 lead. As it started out really, really slow on the offensive end of things, and then sort of towards the end is really where Kansas started to take over.
Absolutely, Gabe. And Tyler Nelson notched his 50th point of the season with that second goal. I mean, that was just beauty. You can't really have, when you have Tyler Nelson have a breakaway like that, one on the goalie, it's pretty hard to stop. So we'll see if WashU can maybe just put some shots on net, as they are up to 25 shots now. They got 20 shots that period. Kansas had the exact same as the first period. They're now at 32. I said before that second period started, if they can get 16 shots again, they can be good. And once again, they did that. Just got to keep finding the shots on net. They keep finding it.
As the Bears make their way back out onto the ice, period number 3 momentarily. And then right after this game, it'll be Dordt taking on Arkansas, as we will have coverage for that game as well. It'll just be on my personal YouTube. So if you're interested in seeing that, just search up Gabe Daniel, or if you check the Razorbacks Twitter account at Razorback M Club, the link to the live stream will be there. So we'll have all sorts of coverage of the MACHA Conference Tournament throughout the day, as that game between Dordt and Arkansas is going to be a really anticipated one. And on the other end of things, it seems like all the best teams in this tournament are going to have to play each other to make it to Championship Sunday. That was something that I was talking to the coaches about last night, as the faceoff is forced back behind the WashU net. It'll be McNamara looking to get things going to start off this third period. As it's sent back the other way, chasing back after it, this time will be Kornhaber. Kornhaber off the boards. And it'll skip the other way over to Friedman. Now Friedman banked it over to McNamara, forced back in by Hearn, and around it goes. Now picked up there. And sent over to number 12. That's going to be William McGordy.
WashU so far coming out. Fast starts, and now Kansas just gets an opportunity in the offensive zone.
So Nelson, a shot right there, deflected up high and out of play.
Hat trick on the day. Tyler Nelson looking for that. It would be, it's insane to think about. That would be his third hat trick in his last 5 games, which would be absolutely absurd. Stats-wise, he's playing unbelievably well. Like we said, 50th point now on the season. That, right at the current moment, that leads the conference. The only player leading him would be the Dordt player, Griffin Lennis. He had 49 before this game, but Tyler Nelson has overtaken it.
So Siddons trying to keep it in. Greco able to get it out. And Greco on his way out of the zone knocks Siddons down. So the Bears have it, as it was Ma lost control of the puck, and Feeney able to backhand it over to Siddons. And it'll be Siddons skating it over to Bullard. Now Bullard winds up, shoots. Save made by Ames. And Bullard able to fight for that loose puck. Got it over to Siddons. And it's over to Breyer now. Breyer off the boards, finds it to Feeney. Feeney will wrap it over to Bullard. As Siddons has it. Siddons to Nessa, shoots just over the net. On the doorstep, Siddons try to tap it in. And Ames standing tall, making the save there.
It was a great job by Bullard. You don't usually see it in hockey too much. Finishing his shot. He fires a shot on net, saved by Ames, and he follows that up by winning a puck battle and continuing the possession in the offensive zone for the Jayhawks. Great job by Bullard. We'll see if they can get another faceoff and put in the 6th goal of the game.
So McNamara wrapping it around. Medina holding the line with a little bit of help there from Fantoni. As number 11 able to get it out of the zone. The Jayhawks force it back in. So McNamara picks it up. Around it goes, and it's going to be held in there by Breyer. Now Breyer through traffic, unable to tip it in was Gerber. And it's going to be Medina picking it back up. Settled it over to Nessa, wristed it from the point. Blocked up front, and McNamara will get it over to Friedman, and he's going to walk it in. Poked off the puck by Nessa. McNamara again, offsides here on the Bears. and a stoppage with 17:44 left to go here in the third.
Just keep seeing some offensive pressure from the Jayhawks. Once again, this is kind of feeling like the start of that first period, back and forth constantly. Second period was much slower. This one's starting off fast again. The fast starts are what the Jayhawks like to do. They can win. They can play with you fast.
As it's wrapped around over to Walsh. He's able to get it out of the zone, but it just goes right to the tape there of number 26. That's going to be Elfenbein. Elfenbein from behind his own net. Got a pass up over to Sobel. Interrupted there by Fantoni trying to drop it back, but it's just out of the zone. And Walsh sends it back in. The Jayhawks have to get back onside. So Fantoni able to poke it to the other corner. Sobel the first one there. He's able to pass it over to McGordy. And a great job there by Fantoni battling for the puck. And Fantoni was trying to free himself up as he got tangled up there with Hannon.
Great job by Fantoni, just keeping constant pressure there. Not letting Hannon get a nice outlet pass.
So Hannon shoots one, blocked up front. And Walsh in pain after blocking that one. So he's trying to get up, and he's going to hobble to the bench. Rather, he'll go to work and finish that shift on the rebound. Miles able to reach across and keep that one out, as there was just quite the traffic there.
Pure chaos there the last 20 seconds. I'm not sure what happened to Zadakis, if that puck hit him in his sore lower body injury. Hopefully he's okay. And Miles coming up with a clutch save there really stopped the absolute chaos that was happening there in front of the Kansas bench and in front of the net too. He's just letting everyone hold their breath for a second.
So the face-off won by Kansas this time. Barker able to pinch it out of the zone, and it's sent back the other way, and it's going to be Duso with it for Kansas. Up over to Nelson. Nelson, backhand shot. He scores, and it's a hat trick. And he's down and in pain. Not sure what happened after that.
Not a good sign at all. I don't really know what happened there for the Jayhawks. Couldn't tell if he hit something or if something just.
So as he kind of turned, he just went down. And he is helped up, and no weight whatsoever.
That's not
on a certain foot. Despite that happening, it was a beautiful play. Duso with a great pass right in front of the net to Nelson. He finishes it for his third of the game. It's not what you want to see, though, at all. Hopefully he is okay. Maybe he can get the rest for the rest of this game, since it is a 6-goal game. So that's a piece that you need going in to tomorrow if the game keeps going this way, if you're the Jayhawks. My guess is something got tweaked when he was skating around. Either way, it's 6-0 with about 16:10 left to go. Siddons try to cross-ice pass, and the Bears send it back the other way as they're just going to walk it into the zone in the corner. Hearn applying some pressure there. Is that pass interrupted? Feeney tried to get it out of the zone, and Van Heerden even as well. So it's wrapped around, this time over to Bullard. Bullard patiently waiting, cross-ice over to Feeney. And the puck a little ahead of him, so it's going to be picked up by number 11 for the Bears. Bank pass held in by Van Heerden, tipped up front by Siddons, and a save made by Ames with 15:35 left to go.
Siddons was in the right place at the right time. Ames, just a nice little, that was a nice save there by Ames, and it just deflected right from him. Siddons looking for his second of this game. See if maybe Kansas can notch in their 7th.
So Feeney playing it over to Bullard. Bullard sending it back over to Feeney. Roberts trying to wrist one, blocked up front, and quickly jumping back into the play. However, it's going to be Hannon trying to separate himself, and a great hustle there by Breyer as he broke up that play, and an icing on Kansas with 15:09 left to go.
What a play by Travis Breyer there. That looked like it was going to be WashU's best opportunity of the day to put one in net, and Breyer made a great play just intercepting it, and he causes an icing call was called, but man, what a play by Breyer there. Just stopping that rush and stopping the best opportunity, keeping this a 6-goal game. That's the stuff that you really like to see, though, in a 6-goal game. You could just lay down, just.
So Bullard shooting, unable to capitalize on that opportunity, had it right on the doorstep. And then it'll be the Bears skating it out as it's dumped in to the corner. Roberts trying to play it around to McNamara. McNamara shot up front, and they score. And the goose egg is broken as it is 6-1.
It was a great play by McNamara. He's getting a nice move. I believe he got around Breyer there. It's just a great play. 6-1 still.
So 14:46 left to go. The Bears get on the board. As Fantoni won the draw, it's sent back over to Schubert, and he'll have a little bit of pressure right on it as it's wrapped around. This time it's Medina. And a great job there. Got the puck up over to Fantoni, but a penalty called, and it'll be a hook.
See if Kansas can get that goal right back, make it still a 6-goal game. Power play unit played well today so far, as of course they will be missing Nelson, it looks like, on this unit. So we'll see who will replace him here.
As it's over to Bart. Bart's in the box. So it looks like Feeney's out there to replace Nelson on this power play unit 1. Bullard over to Nessa. Nessa to do so. Shot through traffic, tipped up front, and I couldn't tell who that was. It might have been George Bullard, and that'll be his first as a Jayhawk. And indeed it was. So George Bullard, the freshman forward from St. Paul, Minnesota, gets his first.
Yep, and they kept the puck for him. That's one that you won't ever forget. Power play unit once again, Gabe, even without Nelson, just finding ways to score. Put pucks on net there. Bullard just right place, right time there. Nothing you can really do much there if you're Ames. The onslaught continues.
So back over to McNamara. McNamara working in. This will go under the goal line. Wraparound shot turned aside by Miles. And it's going to be Siddons just dancing his way up the ice before a saucer pass over to Feeney. Feeney tried to settle it down, and a battle in the corner, and it looks like Bullard got knocked down. And a power play for Kansas again. So McNamara heading off.
Scores a goal and then draws a penalty right back to get another power play. Couple good minutes there for Bullard.
So 13:50 left to go. 7-1 our score.
McNamara also with the goal scorer for WashU, one of the big pieces in this game for them.
So Feeney with it. Under the goal line to Nessa. Nessa up front to Bullard. Back to Duso. Duso shoots. Blocked up front. So Duso has it again. Back to Bullard. Bullard chops it on net, and then a save made by Ames. This time with 13:29 left to go.
I mean, Gabe, we've seen it this semester so far. KU's playing some of the best hockey they've been playing their entire season so far. The offensive onslaughts in these games, keeping them in the games or winning them for them.
So off the glass, the Bears able to get it out of the zone, racing back after. It's going to be Feeney. And from behind his own net, he'll patiently wait as it's left for Siddons. Now Siddons moving it up. Able to fight off the stick lift, caught one up high, and he's able to draw a penalty there as it's backhanded around over to Dusso. Dusso trying to pass it through traffic, hit the skate of Sobel, and it'll be 5-on-3 for a minute 11. High sticking the call.
Yeah, got hit in the face, and he's still his rush there didn't really get affected. And this is good news. Tyler Nelson is skating back on the ice. So I believe you were right when you said he must have just tweaked something. It looks like that. Really glad to see him back out there. Hopefully he can just stay out of harm's way still.
So a shot save made by Ames. The Jayhawks able to fight for the rebound, but it's sent out of the zone, and Miles showing some aggressiveness, comes all the way out of his crease to play it up. And here comes the team captain with it. Dusso dropping it over to Siddons. Now Siddons. Top of the circle, now in the deep slot, waiting. Dropping it back to Nelson. Nelson up over to Feeney. Feeney skating it around the net. A backhand pass, a one-time shot by Dusso, and Ames will make the save with 12:25 left to go.
See, in these last 35 seconds, just the 5-on-3 advantage is one of the best advantages in all sports, not let alone hockey. The fact that Tyler Nelson is still out there with a 6-goal lead just shows the kind of player he is. See if Kansas can put another goal on the board here.
So the Bears originally won the faceoff, but Feeney's able to steal it. So the Jayhawks just killing in zone time here as it's over to Dusso. Dusso to Feeney to Siddons. Siddons waiting, passing. Feeney trying to find Nessa on the back door, and that one's tipped. So Siddons will pick it back up. Siddons using a screen from Nelson. Siddons walks, shoots, blocked up front. The rebound picked up by Dusso and safely passed over to Siddons. So Siddons will walk it again. Still with a backhand pass on the doorstep. Feeney scores! And just like that, on the power play again, it's 8-1.
What a pass there by Siddons. Looks like it hit either Ames or a defenseman there for the Bears, and Feeney just found it and just put it in the net. Those are the kind of ones that, there's traffic in front of the net, and you find if that puck rolls to you, it's an easy put in there for the goal. And great job by Feeney seeing that. And now we have an 8-1 game. The continuous onslaught of shots, Gabe, is just, and Zadakis and Nelson are going off now. Looks like they might be done for the night after making it 8-1. So it looks like Zadakis, when he was skating off on one leg, looks like he got hit. That puck hit him in the injury that he had to his lower body. Maybe just some precaution there.
Yeah, absolutely, especially with moving on to the game tomorrow. You don't want to risk anything further. So 11:28 left to go. Miles playing it behind his net as it's a headman pass up for Gerber. And now here comes Gerber spinning around, able to avoid the hit. A backhand pass over to Medina. He gets hauled down and crashes into the net. And Medina now hurt and calling for a trainer.
Scary takedown there right into the net, and he's up. It looks like he's okay.
And then a big old grin on his face too as he's skating off, so definitely a good sign there.
Talking a little bit to the WashU bench. Usually see that a lot though, and you see those rushes, the 2-on-1s mainly. And I will say that play by Gerber there, nice little hook, button hook there. and he found Medina, but Medina was getting held, and he got pushed into the net. Didn't look intentional. It just looked like two guys battling for one puck, and both just ended up in a bad spot.
So another power play for Kansas as it's Gerber with it. Now a shot tipped up and out of play with 11:06 left to go.
See if the power play can get another one here. Bump up the numbers maybe a little bit. Griffin Barker out there.
As it's going to be backhanded around. Sent out of the zone, and it's going to be Walsh on it. Pass across. As he tried to play it up, but it's going to be McNamara intercepting. Tries a shot, missing the net there. Now in the corner.
Good job by WashU getting at least a little pressure there on the errant pass.
So Gerber just on the left side. Walks it in. Gerber still with it. Cross ice to Walsh. Tries a shot, blocked up front. And it's going to be cranked out. Rather, it'll be held in right at the last second by Siddons. And it finds its way to Gerber again. So Gerber under the goal line. Just trying to chew out the clock, it looks like, as he'll send it back over to Walsh. Cross to Siddons. Now Siddons, he'll just fire one on net. Barker pokes home the rebound. And it is now 9-1.
You mentioned it, Gabe. The last time these two teams played, I remember your call when WashU put their sixth goal on the board. You said when it rains, it pours, and we're seeing that situation right now. Barker, once again, I mean, just a puck that wasn't handled completely, and he just found it, put it in the back of the net, and it's 9-1 here.
Yeah, and then just this is a game where Ames shouldn't have to hang his head about. I mean, he's playing against kids that are more than, I would say, half his age. I mean, and just being willing to jump in and be an emergency goalie, that's just phenomenal.
Absolutely.
So much respect to him, as there's a shot there by Nessa. He'll play it up over to Van Heerden. Van Heerden through traffic, tipped up front, sent to the corner.
Continuing the pressure here, though. The Jayhawks are not letting up. Still halfway to go in this third period, too.
As it's sent up over to Barker. As number 11 has it for the Bears, intercepted there by Nessa, as it's going to be left for Barker. Tipped up front, sent to the corner. As it's going to be wrapped around. Now Hearn forcing it back out. Number 11 for the Bears. Bank pass intended for Berkowitz. Thrown back in, Hearn trying to headman pass. And it's over to Dusso. As Dusso has it. Just under the goal line, he's going to wrap around with it.
Good job by Dusso being patient with that, just wrapping around, causing Kansas to get all 5 men in the zone.
Now a shot by Schubert will be held on to by Ames. This whistle coming with 8:44 left to go in the game. Again, after this game, Dordt and Arkansas will be facing off for the second game of the conference. We will have coverage just over at Gabe Daniel on YouTube, as we don't want to mess up the algorithm here on the KU hockey account.
That game is one of the most anticipated this weekend, if not the. I mean, two teams, an SEC school and Dordt, who's first in the Silver Central Conference. Their only conference loss being to Kansas in that first game of the year. That'll be a game that a lot of people will be looking forward to watch, including myself.
As it's going to be sent over to Schubert. Schubert trying to find a headman pass up to Carney, but it looks like it goes the length. But the icing is negated at the last second. Fantoni was able to use his body to hold it in, however, couldn't get control of the puck, so Bart's got it out over to Ma, and a whistle with 7:57 left to go, looked like for offsides.
Looks like WashU will get a complete line change here in this whistle. 30s, I mean, the story of this game is just going to be shots on goal and goals here for Kansas. I mean, 32 shots through 2 periods is pretty ridiculous, and we'll see how many they'll have at the end of this game. But just a great job offensively. No matter who the team is, 9 goals it's a good start, and it's good momentum going into the next game, which will be tomorrow too.
So a shot blocked up front as it's going to be Bullard trying to backhand it out of the zone. As it's held in, Schubert playing it off the boards, getting it over to Feeney. And sent up to Siddons now. Miles making the save there, but the Bears still have it as there's another shot, but it looks like it's sent out of the zone. So Bullard getting it up over to Feeney, and Feeney will try to drop it back to Siddons. Just tried that no-look pass, couldn't quite connect there. It was a good look. The execution just wasn't there.
That would have been a pretty cool highlight reel play if he could connect that pass there. On the last WashU rush before this one, Schubert looks like he got in the way of the pass. There was a WashU man, I don't remember who it was exactly, could not see, got right in the way of the pass and allowed Kansas to get a little rush there toward a couple seconds ago.
So Greco with it. As it's crossed over to Friedman. Friedman will walk it in on the left side, poked away. As it's wrapped around over to Gerber. Gerber tried to find it over to Siddons. Poked off the puck there. As it's over to Jari, wraps it in. Miles will come out behind his net to play it. Settled it for Roberts.
WashU just trying to find some shots here, just get a couple goals in the garbage time. Still putting pressure on though.
So a shot up front, Miles able to kick it away. Puck still loose. And finally he'll jump out on top of it and a whistle with 6:02 left to go.
I think Mitch Miles just made a save in every part of the crease possible. He just went from the right post to the left post, making about 3 or 4 saves. That's something pretty impressive, as it looks like he's a little tired after that little rush there, but stands on his head and continues to play a very, very good game in that crease.
As it's sent over. Out of the zone it is. Over to Gerber. It's a 3-on-1. Gerber to Medina, and he scores, and it is 10-1.
Another beautiful pass there by Gerber, and Medina just, I mean, those are the plays for a goaltender that you cannot, it's almost impossible to make. Only the best in the world can do it. Going across the crease with just a gorgeous pass. It's so hard to do. It's the hardest position in sports. But it doesn't take away from the fact that Gerber just made a beautiful pass to Medina. And it's double digits now.
As it's back over to Van Heerden. Van Heerden, the head man pass. Looked like he tried to find Nessa. And a stoppage here with 5:32 left to go.
You really think, like, Coach Andy McCall is going to be very pleased with the way his team has played today, I would say. I mean, a 10-1 game. Of course, he's going to have some takeaways, things that they need to improve on. But the fact that just they're going to have so much confidence going into tomorrow, no matter who they play. You got to have the underdog mentality when you're here, because most of these teams, you think, like, a lot of people that watch this conference for hockey are going to say, like, some of the favorites, like Dordt, Mizzou, Arkansas, Maryville, stuff like that. You just got to have the underdog mentality and say, like, why not us? I think that's been the mentality of the Jayhawks the entire year so far. Just got to keep playing with it.
So Van Heerden, a backhand pass up to Dusa, who just throws it into the corner. It's going to be Nessa back up over to Hearn, tipped up front by Barker as he's fighting for it now. Try to get a headman pass up over to Hearn, and it's going to come back. And Hearn will try to chip it up over to Barker, and it's Duso taking it away at right about the neutral zone. So left for Nessa as he's just going to walk it in. Poked off the puck. Barker still with it. A shot and a save made by Ames with 4:32 left to go.
I'm not sure how that puck found Barker there. It took a lot A lot of weird skips and bounces, but fires a shot. Good save by Ames, though. However, more offensive zone time here for the Jayhawks. You truly wonder, like, the exact amount of minutes of this game that the Jayhawks have had in the offensive zone. It's probably, the difference is probably ridiculous.
So great job by Meade throwing that puck to the corner as it's wrapped around. It'll be Friedman trying to get it out. Meade with it, had it at his feet, just couldn't quite get it onto the blade of his stick. So it's going to be dumped in by the Bears. No icing, so it'll be picked up by Schubert as he tries to spin around. As it's thrown over to Kearney. As that battle will go along the boards. It goes up over to Fantoni. Fantoni, a backhand pass over to Meade. Meade banks it in, trying to get it to himself, but number 11's there to interrupt that. Fantoni's still with it as he tried to make a toe drag move. And taking that one away was number 11 once more. As McGordy has it. Off the board, sends it into the zone. And it'll be back behind the net where Greco will get it. Just about 3.5 left to go. 10-1 our score.
See here if Kansas can just waste this last few minutes of this clock. Just maybe center ice and offensive zone time. You don't want the risk of Mitch Miles of putting too much pressure on Mitch Miles here. As soon as I say that, a penalty is called.
And it looks like it'll be on Kansas. Tripping the call, and it's number 17, Zach Schubert, heading to the box.
Just keep clearing the puck here for the Jayhawks. Not much you can really do, just waste time. Get to rest the rest of the day, and get to watch some good hockey, too. Of course, I bet they're all excited about that.
There's this pass across over to Hannon. A nice battle for it, and you got to really give a lot of respect to WashU for still playing their hearts out.
100%. I mean, they could have given up so early in this game.
As it's Feeney, a shorthanded breakaway over to Bullard, and the one-time opportunity missing the net there. There's a battle along the board. Hannon getting a little testy there against Bullard.
Did that the last time these two teams met too. He was one of the main reasons that the little fracas occurred during that game. But like you were mentioning, Gabe, they haven't given up. They haven't backed down no matter what the goalie was. So much respect to them.
And another stoppage here. This one coming with about 2:18 left to go.
Looks like Bullard with the penalty there.
So it'll be a 5-on-3 for about 1:08. As the Bears have it, passed up to Hannon at the point. And a nice block there by Breyer down low. And then getting a stick on that one was Medina. He'll clear it all the way back. And it's going to be Ames passing it up over to Hannon. Hannon tried a headman pass up over to Sobel, thrown back under the goal line. It'll be Breyer on it. And he just tries to backhand that one off the glass. It bounces right over the stick of Hannon, and Dusso racing right after the puck there. Is this going to be back over to Friedman? He'll wrap it around the boards over to Hannon. Now Hannon back behind the net. Tries to pass it up over to Medina, and Medina will just send that one all the way back. And settling it is Ames. He'll pass it up over to Friedman. Friedman now will just walk it up. Gets it over to Jari. Jari lost his footing there. And Kansas one man short, still on a penalty kill for about 48 seconds as Bullard is in the box. Passed under the goal line up front. Kansas able to clear it, can't get it out. Friedman a drive from the point, missing the net there. And now McNamara on the puck. As he tried a shot, short side, missing the net there as it's Siddons picking it up. Siddons gets it up over to Fantoni. Fantoni to Siddons. Siddons shoots. Ames makes the save. And it'll be back over to McGordy with 35 seconds left to go. Jari with it, tries a shot, unable to find the net there as it's just wrapped around. It'll be picked up by Friedman. About 25 seconds left to go. Siddons just battling for it. It's going to be thrown to the corner. He'll just go ahead and forget about that puck. It'll be picked up by Greco. Drop back. The Bears will pass it across over to Jari. 8 seconds to go. As it's going to be thrown in back behind the net. And that'll do it for game one as Kansas takes this one 10-1, and you just see the Bears coming off the bench and showing a lot of respect to Tommy Ames, a guy who stepped up and stepped up big for this WashU squad.
Absolutely. And it's no matter what the score is, no matter how it ended, he's here and he's playing goalie as a 40-year-old against kids that are in their primes of their hockey careers, and there's just nothing but respect toward him and the WashU Bears, and they had a great season, finishing second in their division. Right, and we get to see Kansas hockey play tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Jayhawks will live to see another day. The opponent, however, is something that we don't know about quite yet, as we have to wait for the other games to go on. But you see the handshake line, them showing a lot of respect to Tommy Ames, and it's much deserved. Again, the journeyman had a national championship in 2004 with the University of Missouri at St. Louis roller hockey team, and then coming out and just strapping on the pads to help out WashU be able to play in this tournament. So, again, a lot of respect to them. And a lot of respect to the Bears for still playing their hearts out and leaving it out on the ice today. So that'll wrap things up here for game one of the MACHA Conference Playoffs. Gabe Daniel been alongside Mike Hoblick. Thank you guys for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your day. And then for those that are going to be tuning in for the Arkansas versus Dordt game, we will talk to you guys in just a little bit. Again, Kansas winning this one 10-1. They'll play tomorrow. We'll see you guys then.